Okay, well, we're back for another BX Dungeons and Dragons adventure. We're playing through the Castle Ravenloft. Excuse me, the original Ravenloft adventure, I6, using the BX session. This was. You asked for it, that being the players. So here we are. So who's up for the chopping block tonight? Richard, what are you playing and what is your level?
Big Jam is up for the chopping block. He is a magic user of level 4 now since last week. Ooh.
Nice. Dion?
Hello, I'm Dion. I am playing. Who am I tonight? A C? A C. And, oh god, I have so many characters. Uh, I'm level 2 now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, level 2.
A nice, potentially survivable level.
Sure.
Let's go with that. Bill.
Hey everybody, I'm Bill. I'm playing Radnor the Large. He is now a sixth level magic user. And back to his body. Yay!
That's always a good thing. Although you might have wanted to be a skull for this one. Jazz.
Yeah, playing jazz band, the sixth level master locksmith, known for his charitable acts and always looking out for the welfare of the party. So we'll see what happens in Ravenloft.
All right. And Jameis. Jameis sounds like a chipmunk tonight.
Chipmunk on helium.
Yeah, we can't hear a thing
I
you're
have
saying,
no
Jameis.
idea.
Yeah, you're completely garbled.
Oh, man.
That's the best intro ever.
I hope the body's catching this properly.
So
You have
so
got to go back and
frightened,
listen to it.
so
James.
frightened that his nutsack retreated back up into his body, and that's the sound you make. Yeah. All right. Hey, so I have a question. Hey, let's see how he sounds. Speak.
See, how's this?
There we go. You no longer
Oh,
sound
boo!
like a
Boo!
demented
It's normal again.
chipmunk.
That's horrible.
For some reason, my computer does. They're normally with work calls, not
Ah.
I don't edit it. It might be because I had OBS open running earlier, and I might have screwed with the settings and stuff.
Could be. But who are you playing tonight, Jameis?
Galen Ray Horn, Cleary Elf Priest. Actually, I've lost track of what level I am because I don't think I updated what level I was. So I'm 4 or 5. I'm not sure.
4-ish. Maybe
Yeah.
5. Right. Hey, so
I'll have to
before
double check this
we
week.
get started, let me ask you guys what is actually on your characters, given that you had stowed most of your stuff in your room, you went down to the bar and encountered this strange guy coming in out of the mists, and then you went out. So you have essentially what was on your person at the time. So what's on your person?
Garlic, steaks, crosses.
All the things that you would wear to a night out at the tavern, right?
Yeah.
When we say garlic and steaks, we mean garlic on a steak to eat. Very tasty.
Are you going to be nice to let us have our weapons and that, given that we knew we had this amulet and the fog was coming in?
Oh yeah,
we
yeah.
know
I
what
assumed
stuff
that
is.
you guys kitted up because you
Right.
you thought that you were going to open a portal. So I assume you kitted up, but you're not going to be able to take like everything that you were carrying, all this way. So I'm asking, in particular, what extra stuff other than your weapons and armor that you have on you from your magical loot.
I mean,
Hmm.
I probably have most of my stuff, and that's just a couple of scrolls and rings and stuff that I would have been wearing.
Fair, okay.
I have my longbow, the dagger, my armor, a satchel that carries some stuff, a quiver that of wild magic that's holding all of my arrows, um, and then just like, the honey potion, rations for a week, thieves' tools, flint steel, torches, water skin, wooden pole, grappling hook, and rope. a mirror,
So you're
24 iron
you're
spikes
way
and a
down.
hammer.
Yeah, you're way
Spikes
way
and a
down.
hammer.
Yeah, you're well way
100-foot
down.
pole, extendable.
Yeah, I would assume that's your kit, like that's your go bag that you've got on a satchel you kept strung. So I'm fine with
Yeah.
that. I'm fine with that. Richard, what would your character
Aside
have
from my
grabbed?
stabbing stick, I've got a staff, a couple of honey potions, and the copper amulets that I was trying to make continual light for
Mhm.
last week. That's it, really.
All right. How about Galen?
The new magic stuff I've got, otherwise my normal kit that I've had with me the past few times.
Okay.
Which is it's a couple of potions, some scrolls which have never come up. Don't know if they ever will.
All right. So then, what it sounds like then is the bulk of the magical treasure and just stuff that you've been carrying as part of the company is still back in the room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good enough.
Magpie sells it and lives off the proceeds, doesn't she?
She was the smart one. Is anyone carrying that odd sword you found off the goblin a few episodes ago? Big sword he had strapped to his back, had a intricate hilt, but it was kind of a swishy pokey sword instead of a broadsword or a long sword. Is anyone carrying that, or did you guys just sell it?
I think
We sell it?
I
Yeah.
don't even have
Yeah,
that
I'll
noted
sell
down.
that.
Did we just leave it behind?
That's fine.
No, they showed it to someone, didn't they?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
They showed
useful.
it to
I just
someone.
wanted to know if somebody was carrying it. It sounds like that's a big no. So you either sold it or it's back with your loot.
I do have a crossbow and a short bow that fires silver arrows.
Wow, you're prepared.
I'm
All right.
prepared, man.
Man, I hope we don't get stuck fighting a bunch of not vampires.
Well, yeah.
Actually, I have had with me ever since the beginning garlic, wolfsbane, and holy water. I've had that on my sheet since the beginning.
Yeah,
I created
if it's
this
on
Oh,
your
you
sheet,
probably
that's
have,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
So have
Yeah.
I.
Yep. All right, good enough. I just wanted to see what we're looking at. So sounds like the bulk of your regular healing potions were behind. The bulk of the non-specifically used magic items were left behind. So you basically have what's on your character sheets as kit. Okay,
Yeah.
good enough. So you guys had we ended the last episode with you guys ending up in this mist-filled forest. And before we get it going, is there anything that you want to review real quick before we start as to what happened last episode that got you here? Who was holding? You all touched it, but who was holding the amulet? Like who has it in their possession now?
Radnor, I think.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay. And who has the note? Yep, Jazz. Okay, good enough. All right then. So should we just get into it, or is there anything that you guys wanted to review from last episode?
No, we did go up a level, but all our spells and stuff are as we left them, not as per our new levels.
Right, because you haven't had time to rest and renew spells or pray for spells.
Okay.
Yep. Nor a
Okay, so I've got
library
one
to
spell
get
on me
new
at the
spells. Right. So when you guys have a chance to rest, you can redo spells. Those of you that get new spells, you can trade spells with one another if you've got compatible, like magic users can trade with one another. Cleric, you don't have to worry about it. You just pray for new spells and you get new spells. Right. Okay. So you guys are in a forest. That thick, like, noxious fog is all around you. Where you find yourself, just a quick look around, you seem to be on a well-worn, well-traveled path. There's a bit of blood flecking the trail in grass. As you remembered when the strange man entered the tavern, he'd been lacerated pretty good. This looks like where he crossed over himself was right here. The blood is still rather fresh. It hasn't hasn't become a non-liquid yet anyway. It's really hard to see more than 50 feet around you because of the density of the fog, but you do look like you're on a road that runs basically before and behind you. By the look of the blood trail, he came from in front of you, like the road from in front of you, as opposed to, you're passing through where he's been.
Is there anything immediately around us that looks like it is the attacking thing?
No, it's a dark, heavily wooded forest. You can see the moon in the sky. Interestingly enough, it is not in the same phase as that your moon was in when last you looked up.
I don't know
Can
when
we
that
hear
would have been.
sounds? Anything? Any owls or?
Yeah, the normal sounds you would expect from a dense forest. It's also slightly warmer here than where you left. You
Is
hear
it-
like cicadas in the trees. You hear owls. You hear the sound of bats on the wing hunting for food. Not currently any sounds of large stalking predators.
So you said it's like misty, right? That's why we can't see. Is it dark?
Heavy,
Or is
clingy
it-
fog. Yeah, it's night. There's a full moon in the
Okay.
sky.
Is it wet though?
So
The fog.
is it?
Are we
Yes.
getting wet?
Yeah.
Moisture?
There's a bit of moisture off of it.
Regular fog.
So I need a torch in order to see.
Well, you can light a torch. There's plenty of moonlight. Like the moonlight is
Okay,
full in the
okay.
sky, but it doesn't seem to penetrate the fog very well. So about 50 feet around you is about the extent of
Oh,
your
okay,
vision.
okay. So I'm not blind.
You are not,
basically.
no.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
And again, you're on a trail that cuts through a heavy wood line. So you can see the edges of the trees, and then past that, the fog kind of blinks everything else out. Oh, can you guys? Yeah, I'm in player view, so I can see you guys just have that top left corner is all you can see.
Tiny
Does this forest look like a standard sort of forest? Or
It
is
does
it
not
something
look like the
different?
trees from.
Yeah, I'm
that
just
you're
saying, does
used
it
to.
look like does it look like some sort of warped creation or sort?
No, they look like perfectly natural trees. They're just the wrong
Okay.
species.
Yeah,
You said the moon's in a different position.
It is. It's a full moon. The last time
Is
you had looked, you
it-
were in a waning gibbous.
Is it the same moon?
The Lovecraft moon.
Well, how would you know that, Dion? It's a moon.
Like the same color and everything?
Yeah,
That's what I'm
it
saying.
looks
Okay,
completely
okay,
natural.
okay.
It's just the
It's-
wrong
okay.
phase.
This is waiting for it to be like a completely different color and just like, oh, fancy that.
there are two other moons which have different colours. Just saying.
Okay.
Do we have time for me to do the magic sight thingy?
That's up to you. Do you want to take 10 minutes and do that?
I think we want to take 10 minutes just to work out where the hell we are and what the hell's
Yeah.
going on and stuff. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, then go for it.
That's what I'll do.
Okay.
I'll do a quick scout around the area.
All right. Make me a wisdom check.
Woo! How whiz is I? I is whiz.
All right. Hard packed dirt road. Looks like it has many carriages or wheeled wagons have been going up and down through here. You do find the remnants of a broken off signpost, like the bottom half, the top half is missing. Doesn't seem to be anywhere near around it. You do find the trail of what looks like a pack of very large wolves. Fresh.
Which
wasn't-
direction? Are they going away from us?
It's
or
just
back
kind of
from
like
us?
they cross the trail at different points. So like going from one, like the woodlands to the north, to crossing the trail to the woodlands to the south, just up and down. It looks like it was rather heavy. You made a pretty good wisdom check. You would say a pack of between 6 and 8 wolves, likely having seen the wounds that were on the strange man. It's what caused the damage.
Okay.
So we better get walking, I guess. Or follow. Does anyone want to follow the trail, or follow the wolf prints?
While he's out scouting at the things, can I take a look at the plants in the area around here?
Sure.
I mean, I live rough under the stars.
Yeah, give me a wisdom check as well.
So is there anything here? There we are. Very low success.
Yep, but it's a success. There are species that you are familiar with, but ones that are not common to the area that you spent the most time in. They look healthy. They look natural.
Powerful teleportation spell then.
Yep.
Taking us somewhere else.
Radnar. So while they're going around, 10 minutes pass. You open your eyes. You refocus to the magical ebb and flow of the currents in the area. The Everything around you looks normal, looks natural. Everything has a little ambient magic level to it that's normal. This place is a little higher than you have seen, but still, it's nothing that would tell you that anything's enchanted except the fog. The fog itself is unnatural and is a magical creation.
Can I tell anything about it other than it's
Make me an
magical?
intelligence check.
Something I'm good at. Yay. All right.
Okay. All right, success. So you don't know exactly what form the spell takes, other than it is woven with several different disciplines. It's definitely a travel. It's a gate of some sort, but it also has a lot of necromancy woven into it, as well as nature. There are parts of it that you can tell that are poisonous. It has a poisonous component to it that's not really great for living creatures. You feel fine. You don't feel distressed at all, but you can see it kind of just tinging the mist of cloud and fog here.
Okay, I'll relay this to all of my compatriots. Yeah, guys, there's something poison about this. We should try and get out of this mist if we can.
It's also interesting that the mist tends to cling away from the clearing itself. Like the mist isn't flowing into the clearing at all.
Is there anything in the clearing? If we were to look, like a stone or
You've already been looking. Galen found like the broken off end of a signpost. Top part is missing. He found the blood trail. He's telling you that there are wolves, large wolves, that have crossed this road recently.
So nothing in the clearing that would indicate why the mist is staying away.
No. Radnar can tell you that the clearing itself is not magical, so it's a property of the mist.
Well, I don't mind heading along the trail.
I'm gonna follow along with Jazz. I'm gonna have my bow and arrow ready, but like aimed to the ground, just in case. Since visibility's low, I want to be able to just react quickly.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna follow. Let him go ahead.
All right. So the trail runs behind you and in front of you. Which direction do you guys want to follow?
In front, I guess.
Forward?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Give me some kind of idea of what your marching order is like.
I guess I might be up front.
Captain Carrion just gave us 12 re-rolls.
Oh.
I will keep track of that if everyone's cool with that.
I think there were some leftovers from last time, perhaps.
Ooh.
I don't know if do they hang over from last time.
They do. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody's
I have
throwing
no idea.
bits at you for it. You're not going to lose them. By my count,
Okay.
you had 3 left over from last time.
All right, so we're at 15.
Yep.
Do
Okay.
crazy stuff tonight.
I've got 15,000 bits, 1,500 bits just sitting in my account at the moment. If I need re-rolls,
I would prefer players not throw bits in. Seems a little
I was actually tempted
self-aggrandizing.
one of your other games to jump in and say, "Oh, here's 200 Apocalypse."
All right, so we got Jazz in front. Who's bringing up the rear? I'll assume everybody else is in the middle.
And I'll take rear guard then if Chaz is going to be scouting.
All right. So as you come forward, jutting up, the edges of the stone are like clear on to where the wood line is. There are two, there's an iron gate. When the gate is got these really large stone buttresses on each end, and the stone goes like right up to the wood line. So you see this in front of you. Again, I said that the fog doesn't come into the path, so you see this at a good distance away from it. It's the first man-made structure you've come across. It looks old. Again, the fog doesn't pour over it like it really should, but just continues to kind of roil up at the edge of the woods, right where the stone parts connect to the iron gate.
I'm gonna
Any-
just test something. I'll take out my holy symbol and advance it towards the fog and see if the fog backs off away
Ooh,
from
you
it.
take out your holy symbol.
Yeah, I'm a cleric. I'm gonna have it. But let's assume you're assuming I don't have it front and center hanging on necklace on me anyway.
So you go to your source of light and comfort, and you hold forth your deity's symbol, and something feels not right. Generally, it's an item that gives you a certain assurance. You can feel closer to your god when you pull it forth. You don't feel that at all. You feel very removed and very far from your god's notice.
Considering I need it for my casting, does that mean I can't cast spells?
Don't know.
If I can't cast spells, we're going to be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, so you get a little sickening feeling that you are far removed from your god's vision. So what next?
Go towards the gate.
Okay. Well, Jazz, as you come forward, there's a grinding and screeching sound as the metal of the gates seem to tear off the ivy and the overgrown bits of foliage on them, and it opens well before you get to it, and it creaks inward, so that they're pushing out away from you, leaving the area behind free. Ahead of you, you can see that there's a crossroads going left and right. There's a post in the middle. The top of it is still intact, but from where you are, you can't read it.
This isn't creepy at all.
No, I say we keep going. Yeah, we'll go up.
Okay, you're going to pass through?
Yeah, I'll pass through. What the heck?
Okay. Yeah, nothing happens. And Radnar or Bill, I'm going to
Yes.
assume until you tell me otherwise, you're keeping your magical sight up.
Okay.
It just takes an action to drop it, but while you have it up, you are at kind of negatives to do other things.
Okay.
So you just let me know when you drop it.
Gotcha.
Other than a very slight dwemer on the gate, there's really nothing magical about it
Okay.
or the area. All right, you pass through, Jazz. Nothing happens. The gates stay open, and you approach the sign. And again, it is in that language that you saw on the parchment you lifted from the man at the inn, which you're able to read. And it's basically a signpost pointing down in this direction. Let me get my pointer on the screen. This says Barovia. The
That's-
other direction has no marker.
No, Barovia is the place we need to go to. I just tell the rest of the party this is the direction we should be heading in. If no one's got any objections, let's keep going.
All right.
And we read the stuff that's on the sign as well, or is it just?
Well, as you
just
pass
the
through,
languages?
if Fig Jam wants to take a look at the sign, what languages do you know?
None, according to my thing. I never really determined any.
All right. So what's your intelligence bonus?
Two
Two?
additional languages.
Right. So you would know if you're a Thaiatian or if you are native, you would know that language. You would know Common and then two others. But it would be from your world, of course.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yep. But if you haven't chosen, you could choose to know this language. I'm fine with that. It's not something that's out of
that's
the.
too.
Okay.
That's too.
Yeah. So you can't read it. I mean, it's definitely in script similar to what you would consider, maybe Thaiatian, maybe Derakeen. It uses the same kind of alphabet, but it doesn't make any sense to you. It's just kind of a jumble of vowels and letters.
How do you know what that says? Yes. I can't read it.
You know, I recognize the language. I've been around the block. This isn't my first
Okay.
ride on the rodeo. Right, well, this is the direction we need to go, guys. So I'm going to press on.
All right. So who's last through the gate? Is it going to be you, Galen, bringing up the rear?
Yep.
Okay.
Did the sign give any indication of distance, or did it just say the name?
No, just Barovia, and then it's whittled so that it has a point showing going in this direction. Before you ask, it's actually on there quite good. It's not like the post can be swiveled.
Yeah, I was wondering. Someone messing with us.
No, it's quite firm in the ground. The odd thing about it is that the other trail has no marking. There's not even a place there where it looks like maybe at one time another marker was placed and broke off. There's not even a spot that would look like there used to be one.
Well, Barovia, it is.
Alrighty. I assume you're going to keep the same order.
So far, so good.
Okay. Let me get out my nighttime encounter chart then.
I'm at the back.
Oh, one thing I did want to do, seeing as I've got them, is, and there are 4 people here, I have 4 continuous light amulets that I was finishing making.
Oh yeah,
Do I have
describe
one of
these.
those?
Yeah, you took some time to make these, so describe what you're handing to everybody.
Well, no, they were just cheap, crappy brass amulets that I got. They've just got a gold coin set inside them, which has got continual light cast on it.
Yeah, but they
And I
can
happen
be
to have 4
open
of
and
them
they
right
can
now.
be open and closed though, so that
Yes,
you can.
that is, yeah, just like the secret murder mystery lockets where somebody's true love is revealed inside them, that sort of thing. So yeah, there are 4 people here aside from myself, so 1 locket to everybody. Look, you'll be able to see, possibly, even though
Nice.
I think Galen doesn't need it. I think you're
Thank
the only one who
you.
doesn't need light, aren't you?
I get screwed up though if everyone else is using theirs.
Well, currently the moonlight is so intense that it actually outglows your light spelled gold coins. It's very bright.
And it ruins my heat vision. So
Well, just in case you need it.
Mhm.
Yeah, there it is. Everybody's got one, except for me right now. And I've got more amulets, which I've picked up. I'll just cast continual light on something as we
well, technically, you
get to
could
a
probably
place
do it
where
on the
it's light.
inside of the amulet, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you could do, but I thought we might need to remove the coin for something.
Okay.
I mean, you could still spend it. Here you are.
Sorry.
Shopkeep. I'll blind you with this. Hand it over.
I'm just thinking of like the dating advice that moms used to tell their teenage daughters to keep a few quarters in the sole of your shoe in case you have to make a telephone call. In case of danger, your last gold coin.
I was thinking of Reservoir Dogs and the opening of the briefcase. You
There
give
you
that to a shopkeep, and then every time they open their till drawer. Yep.
Nice. All right, so you guys are on a long path. You're traveling for some time, and it's the same thing. The fog is like right up near the path, but doesn't seem to overflow it in the least. Again, very bright moon as you continue on. The only surprise you have is as you are in the lead, you startle a flock of bats that were hunting for insects in the trees, and they go screeching and like a whirlwind of bat wings all around you. And they don't really attack you, but they're interested in what you are perhaps, and they're just swirling around you, kind of flailing your hands out. None of them are landing on you or biting you. It's just a nuisance, really.
Mm-hmm.
And after they decide that you are not food, they leave you be.
Oh my god. We could corner the market and back guano. We got some exotic stuff from the last island we were on, and we can get some from here as well.
Something tells me those bats are gonna turn right around.
Well, seeing as someone just purchased a calamity to happen to you in bits, the bats are not a problem. Yeah, they eat insects. Though Jazz might be the lowest form of life, you're not. You don't come across as an insect to them. However, they do irritate a hunting party of wolves that are nearby. And so you guys hear the howl of wolves off to either side of you, both sides of the path. They sound fairly close, and they were interrupted from their hunting by the bats. Now they smell you on the wind. So what do you
Climb
guys
a
want to do?
tree. Climb a tree.
Away quickly.
All right, so Jazz, you jump into the fog and start climbing a tree.
Yeah.
Okay, you do that. No roll to climb the tree, but make me a save versus spell.
Huh. Interesting.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
The fog tickles the back of your throat, and you feel like you want to cough a little, but it passes quickly. That's it.
And if I can secure myself on a branch, I'd like to pull out my bow and arrow.
You can. The problem is that you're well within the fog. It's thick as molasses. You can't see through it. Like, you can't even see the path that you just came off of. But on the other hand, it means just you're probably well concealed.
Yeah, that's good enough for me.
What are the
See you
rest
later,
of you guys doing? Let's just go through the list here. Richard, what is your character doing?
I mean, if our leading person has climbed up a tree, I guess I'll try and climb up a tree as well.
Do you jump into the same direction he went or the opposite side? Let's say he
spread
went
out
east.
a bit, the opposite side.
You do west. So you also give me a save versus spell. You climb the tree. That's not a problem.
Save versus spells or magic staff. Hiya!
Ooh,
Failure.
okay. Maybe it was the exertion of the climb. Fig Jam
Oh,
is,
definitely.
but once you get in a good, safe location, several feet off the ground, you just can't help but start a racking cough. You don't seem to be able to catch your breath. I'll come back to you, Dion. What is your character doing? What's your character's name again, Dion?
A C.
A C. Okay, what is a C doing?
Is anything in visible sight yet, or are they still out of?
You can hear them howling, and the howling is close, but you don't see anything. Mostly because you can't see through the fog.
Yeah. Did Jazz move yet?
Jazz is gone. He's
Gone. Oh.
He jumped to the east side of the path, and you can hear him scrambling up a tree.
I'm gonna stick around Radnor
Okay.
and just be next to the magic guy for backup.
What do you
And
have readied?
I have my longbow with a arrow still aimed or still knocked, but I'm still aiming it towards the ground this whole time. Like, it's not pulled back yet, but it's definitely knocked in place.
Cool.
And I am gonna. Can I like hold an attack action for my turn, or?
Not really, but I'll take that into account. I'll work with
yeah. I just want to be able to like shoot at the first big furry thing that appears.
it. Sure. So this is the first time you've drawn an arrow out of that
red
new magic item you have. So roll me a d6.
Big money, big money,
Okay.
big money.
The arrow tip is it's rimed in ice, and it's so cold that there's like vapors coming off of it in the air, and as you're holding the feathered end of it, you can feel the chill of the arrow. All right.
So that just makes elemental damage, right? Or does
no,
it do
it's
extra damage?
it's an extra D4 damage of frost variety.
Oh, okay.
Yep. It's random each time though, so there you go. Well, you're sticking near Radnar, you said. So what's Radnar doing?
I'm gonna see. I see them go up the tree, and then I see what's his name, Fig Jam, go up the tree and start hacking. So I'm not gonna immediately run up a tree. I'm gonna hide behind a tree.
Okay.
Maybe without touching it, and just I'm ready to fling a fireball if I need to.
Okay, just for a point of clarity, if you are going by the trees at all, you're entering the fog. Do you still want to do that?
No.
Okay. So you're just going to kind of get up right to the edge of it then.
Yes.
That's fair. Okay, good enough. And finally, Galen, tell me what you're doing. You're bringing up the rear.
As I'm a ranger, I'm going to give a howl of a wolf to sort of indicate, hey, we've already got wolves around here. We don't need more.
They call back, "You're East Side wolves. We're West Side wolves. We still gonna rumble." All right, so
God, he
that's
starts.
the
so
setup then. 8 wolves. Basically 4 come out of the wood line from either side behind you, Galen, and then in front of you, Radnar, in a C, 4 more come out of the fog.
yeah.
These are huge, like not dire wolf size, but these are
Yeah,
definitely
good.
on the larger end of the specimen. Many of them have just blood-rimed mouths. It looks like they've recently slaughtered some poor, unsuspecting thing, and it looks like you might be next. So here's what I'm going to do. Those of you that had your bows out and drawn, you can go ahead and have a shot before we initiate. So Dion, go ahead and give me a roll.
And they're less than 70 feet away, right?
We'll call it short range.
Okay. Pew.
Okay.
Is
You
that
hit.
with my
Yeah.
+1? Okay.
It didn't do the extra damage though, so go ahead and roll another D4 worth of damage.
Yeah, I don't know how to.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
there's a nice
11.
fat 4.
All right. So how does that arrow drop this wolf?
Right between the eyes and freezing his brain from the inside out.
Sure. I mean,
Freeze.
it hits the ground and its skull shatters. I assume that you targeted one that came out in front of you. Right? Okay. So let's have Galen roll for your side. Give me a D6 here. And then you guys tell me if you're casting. Anybody that's in the fog cannot see what's going on, but you can hear if that makes a difference to any of your spells. Okay, anybody casting?
Sorry, I was muted.
Yep.
I'm casting magic missile.
Sounds good. All right, simultaneous. So go ahead and cast your magic missile. Assume you're casting at one of the 3 or the targets in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'll cast all 3 of my missiles at
One each.
the yeah. Let's do
One
it.
each. Okay. Go ahead and roll me the damage.
Hey, roll high enough and they're all dead.
All right.
Actually, no, they're not. I was reading things wrong. Oh, high enough and they're all injured.
Okay, so 2 for the first one,
Okay.
3 for the second one,
1, 4.
5 for the third one.
All right. That third one looks worse for wear. The other 2, even though you hit, they still look like they are fighting fit. The one isn't backing off, but it looks pretty weak. It's probably limping on a leg. What do your bolts look like, by the way? Let's differentiate you between you and Fig Jam.
Screaming black skulls.
Of course.
And they make a noise
Metal.
when they fire too.
And they look a little bit like your old form.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
Nice.
metal. I love that.
All right, so that was magic. All right, so those of you with bows can get off your shot before they are able to leap.
Ooh, again?
I give you a surprise roll or a
That's right.
surprise first.
Okay. Pew.
Okay, that misses.
Wah wah.
Oh, roll a d6, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's another frost bolt. It
Okay.
freezes a tree.
Oh no. Oh no.
It wasn't a
What
bad
have I
enough
done?
miss. It wasn't a bad enough miss that it hit a tree somebody was climbed on.
The
Galen,
next one's fire.
Galen, did you have your bow out, or what did you
No.
have out? No. Okay.
I've got my mason shield.
All right. Then you can go ahead and make your melee attack as they charge in. What's going to happen is 2 of them are going to charge into you, Galen. The other 2 are going to rush forward, 1 each on Asi and Radnar, and the 3 in front, basically 1 each on all of you that are visible.
So what I wanted to do was, instead of attacking them, was more of a defensive move of just try to knock them all together, because they're 4 together, sort of to get a rush. I wouldn't want to knock into them to scare them, so they don't get an
Yeah,
attack.
but yeah, I would have accepted that if you won initiative, but it happens simultaneously, so they just flow around
Okay.
you like water.
All right.
All right. Now, if you want to go full defensive, though, you
Full
can.
defense at the moment because that's what I would have been doing.
Okay.
So I was deciding on full defense.
All right, so that increases your armor class by 2, but you don't get an attack.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I was planning on
So you guys in the trees, do you want to do anything? You can't see,
Can't see
but you
anything.
hear the wolves howling. You hear the sounds of bowstrings twanging, and you're about to hear the crash of wolf flesh on armor.
I mean, apart from just firing bows off into the fog, I don't see what else I can
If
do.
you want to, well, it's risky, but if you want to fire based on sound, you can. It's a -4 to the roll, and if you roll poorly, you can possibly hit a friend, but you can do it.
Yeah, but nah, even Jazz wouldn't.
Just because Magpie's not here for you to hit.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Since he doesn't have Magpie here, he's suddenly not so interested in that anymore. All right, so they're gonna clash into you guys. So unfortunately, that's ends up being 3 wolves on Galen.
God.
What's your AC, Galen? It's 2 higher than normal.
It's 0 at the moment.
So that's 17. 23. It's still gonna miss. Yeah. So you are defending yourself.
Yeah.
Using your mace to kind of just crash into it. Maybe stick it out so that one of them's jaws go around it for a moment. 1, 2. Okay, so there's actually going to be 2 each on Radnar and a C as well. So these are yours, a C. What's your armor class? Oh, it's going to miss. Don't worry about it.
Oh no, my armor class is a 6. Okay.
Yeah, they miss.
Mhm.
What's your AC, Radnar?
8.
8. Oh, and you probably dropped your magic sight before you cast your magic missile. I'll give you that.
Probably,
Yeah. 8. Okay, so both of those are going to hit. So they come in
Got
and
that
they.
skull handy, guys?
Sorry,
I said you guys got that skull handy for me?
somebody did keep it actually.
Yeah.
Total of 6 points of damage as they basically just start gnawing on your legs and arms.
Okay.
All right, so new round. Before we do anything more in this round, Fig Jam, you're still coughing violently. You're having a really hard time just even breathing right now. That's how the round's going to start for you. Radnar, why don't you roll for your side and you guys tell me if anyone is casting.
A D6, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Okay, is anybody casting this round?
I don't think so.
No casting. Also a 6. Simultaneous then. So we'll handle all the combats now. Dion, they are on you, so your bow is ineffective at melee range. You can drop it and swap out for your melee weapon for free, though. That's fine.
Is there a way to disengage?
Yes, you can take a disengage action. It just means that you don't lose. They don't get a free attack on you. You can back up, but they can still move to follow you. But you can try and disengage.
Can I attack the same time,
No,
or is that
no,
an action?
disengaging
Okay.
is an action.
Okay. Well, not very good in the melees. However,
You can do what Galen's doing. I mean, you can go full defensive and just try to keep them off you.
You know what? I'ma do that. Yeah, full defense.
Okay, so I'm going to roll for the 2 that are still on you. They're both going to miss. Radnar, you've got 2 on you. What are you doing? You want to attack?
I'm gonna go full defense.
You're going to go full defense as well? Okay.
Yeah.
For you, it's pretty much like using like your cape and your robes to distract them. as you don't really have armor. What's your AC? 2 better than normal?
6.
Unfortunately, one's still going to hit you. Ooh. Yeah, he tears out something really nice and meaty on your calf there with that. Just wrenches a bit of you off and starts chewing. Somewhere in the distance, Jazz suddenly feels vindicated.
Good boy.
All right, so Galen, are you still acting defensively? You've got 3
No.
on you.
Yeah,
so-
I'm going to try and attack one.
All right,
Well,
go ahead.
Well, all 3 going to attack on me.
Mhm.
AC 2.
It hits. Go ahead and do some damage.
What? No, I haven't rolled.
Oh, I thought you said you hit an AC2. Sorry.
No.
Okay, damage
I had
6.
AC -1. Yeah.
You kill one. How does that look?
Down, boy.
Just crush its
With them.
skull. All right.
Yeah.
It's still going to
The
get
other
its...
2 get them. Yeah, they all get the attack.
Yeah, they all get their attacks in, though. So your armor class is what currently without the
2.
full defense of 2? Let's see. 6, 7, 8, 10.
Crap.
They're all going to miss. Yep, they all miss. So they snap, and you're just a whirling mace of death, and you're keeping them all at bay. You guys in the tree, Fig Jam, make me a con check.
Oh, my action is going to be to fall out of the tree, but here is my con check. Yeah, success.
All right,
High success.
you're still conscious, but you're like barely getting any air in. So you want to get out of the tree.
Fall out of the
You
tree.
want to fall out of the tree.
Well, the fastest way out of it.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. You fall out of the tree and you roll a little way out of the mist, or do you want to try and stay in the mist?
No, out of the mist.
All right, so you
from-
fall,
That's what's causing the
take a
horrible
point of damage from the fall. You roll out of the mist, and your just lungs just ease. You're able to get a
fell
full
on my
breath of air
keys.
in, and yeah, you feel a lot better. But that is your action. What is going on with Jazz? You're definitely hearing the sounds of combat. Probably
Does it
heard.
sound like they're winning?
There's less wolves howling.
There you go. So they're doing all right without me. I don't really want to be firing arrows off. I'll just
You're gonna stay
let
in.
them get on with
All
it.
right.
I told them to get up the trees.
All right. Make me a con check.
Con is awesome. I am a con master. 13. So. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine. I mean, it's the fog is like really thick, and you're getting it's leaving behind moisture on you that feels a little slick and oily, but you feel fine.
Maybe I could put a scarf around my face.
There you go. Yeah, just cover up your nose and mouth. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a new target that just rolled out onto the roadway here. Let's let Fig Jam roll for your side. And is anybody casting this round?
Can I see now that I'm down on the ground? And
Oh
out of
yes,
there?
yeah. Once you're out of the fog, you can see there's 5 wolves left. There you can see the carcasses of several around the ground.
No, not casting.
Not casting. Okay. They go first.
They go first?
I thought it was higher.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Go ahead. You guys go then.
I'm going to drink my potion of flying and get up away from them.
Okay.
Because I've only got 4 HP left.
Okay, sounds good. How high do you go?
15, 20 feet, if that seems sufficient.
Sure. More than. So you're hovering above the battlefield. Yeah, great. Sounds good. So they just try to snap at your feet as you go up. So how about C? What are you doing?
Are either one of the 2 on me the one that got like highly injured?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm a stabby stab that one.
All right, go for it.
He didn't look too good earlier, I'd seen, before all hell broke loose, so All right, melee. Do I get to do dex to hit
No,
with?
No, it's strength in
No.
melee.
Okay. Okay. All right. Here's hoping.
Okay, that misses.
All right.
All right, Richard.
I am just gonna fend off whatever is coming at me. Really.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry,
not-
you get to your feet and you
Yeah.
just want to go defensive. That's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing immediately on you. They seem to be harrying everyone else, although that's going to change slightly here. Galen, it looks like you made an attack, hit AC 5. You killed another wolf.
Yep.
So there's
Across
still-
the nose and bloody mouth. Not so
Sure.
mouth anymore. Little and bloody.
So there's still the one on you. So it will attack you now. Yeah, it'll hit.
2 will hit. Yep. Okay. At least they're not doing like
It's
poison.
2
damage or
points.
anything.
Yeah, he gets
Ow.
he misses with the bite, but he gets a claw and it just rakes
Ow.
across your flank. Let's see.
I run away. If I do poison
Dion,
damage.
you've got 2 on you.
Yeah.
Both miss. You're
Oh.
just turning and moving so fast, or just not able
Weave.
to get on you.
We've.
The 2 that were on Radnar as he's going up, one of them is just circling the area, looking straight up, trying to determine if you're going to fall back down. The other one looks around for another target, sees Fig Jam, heads off in that direction. I'm going to say that's his action. Took him a minute to see that you're there and to move. So no attack this round, but you'll have him on you next round. So he's going to move into melee range with you. Jazz, you're still hearing the sounds of combat. You're hearing less wolves now.
That's good. I'll wait until there's like one wolf left.
Sounds good. All right, next round. Dion, you've got the most on you, so why don't you roll for your side? And is anyone
Okay.
casting?
Whew,
No
I like
casting.
that.
So-
Ow!
I'm gonna use a scroll
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
if I can.
Yeah, you can. That's like an action, not necessarily magic, because you've got to take it out and read it, so it doesn't go as fast as a spell you've got loaded. That works. So Dion, go ahead and roll for your damage and attack, and I'm going to roll for them.
Can we get a team feat that says on a when you get the same roll, we actually go first?
We could
I
do
like
it,
that.
yeah.
Dion, you're attacking the one that is damaged already, right?
Yes.
Okay. How do you kill it?
I'm imagining I'm like kind of ducking and jumping over swipes and all that, and like kind of moving around frantically and just like not even trying to. I kind of just wildly swung in the middle of like dodging and just completely like
You got it.
slit his
Yeah.
throat diagonally. and
You got
just
its
really
throat on an
ripped it
upswing.
open.
It still gets its attack before it dies, though. What's your AC?
6. Is it a 6? It's a 6.
I know it's just missed. Just missed. Okay. So in its death throw, it doesn't come anywhere near you. Looks like Galen went ahead and rolled his attack. You hit it. How did you kill it, Galen? That was the last one on you.
Oh, yeah, it still gets the attack on me.
Mm-hmm.
As it comes in and sort of bites me, whatever, spring the mace up into the side and crush it. That's
Oh,
fine.
it does get its last hit off in a
Ah,
desperate
ow.
spasm of death. It
Ouch.
clamps onto you. Does a crushing 4 points of damage as its jaws
Ow.
just tighten down in death.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. And then finally, Fig Jam, you've got 1 on you. What do you want to do?
I am not a fighter, but I guess I will take a wild stab at it with my little stabby stick. So yeah.
Go for it.
Remember, we do have rerolls if we need
Yeah.
them.
Oh.
And we don't have
15
magma
I've
of
here to
been
go
that.
on
coughing
to.
up rubbish, couldn't I? Oh well.
That hits.
Wow, that
How
we
does
got
it-
tiny, tiny.
What? AC 16?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm thinking first. Never mind. Yeah, that misses. Sorry.
What?
Other direction.
Yeah. Do you want to use a reroll or do you want to just go with the miss?
Up
Go
to you.
ahead.
You
Go
have
ahead.
plenty of rerolls. There's a ton of them on
Yeah.
the board.
Do
We have
it.
15
Nah,
of
alright.
them. Yeah? Alright. We're at
Yeah.
14 now.
Oh my god. All right.
13,
Yes,
12, 11. Will you please, brother?
Woo!
There we go.
That'll hit.
AC 4 with 4 points of damage.
All right, I tell you what. Roll me a die and tell me even or odd before you roll it. See which one went after you and which one stayed to see if Radnar's coming down.
I'm rolling a D1 and I'm betting on odd. Odd.
Odd. All right.
Ah, damn you, D6.
Yeah, you do. You stab down. Probably have your eyes closed, and you're waving your dagger around in front of you. And you actually deal it a fair amount of damage. It backs off a little bit, but it's not dead, unfortunately. There we go. Okay.
How many are left? I've lost track.
2. One of them is looking at the skies at where Radnar was. Radnar, you're up in the sky, flying around. So, you want to do anything while you're up here?
Well, yeah, I was gonna use a scroll.
Yeah. What are you casting?
Magic missile.
Use it up. Sure. Roll me the damage.
I'm gonna cast 2 missiles on the one nearest me, and then the other one will get 1
Ooh,
missile.
what level does the scroll cast as?
Well, last time Bert said for bookkeeping purposes,
Do it
we'll
at your level.
have it
Yeah.
cast at
Okay.
the level that I cast.
Okay.
it at.
Cool. Makes
Okay.
it easy.
So I'm gonna roll real dice for this, assuming that's okay.
I'm fine with it. Go for it.
Okay. So the first one I give 1 missile does 5 points and the other missile does 3 points.
Okay. That wolf is dead.
And then the next missile does max damage at 7 points.
Okay. That's overkill on the one that was harrying Fig Jam, so it just explodes. It's like wolf guts all over Fig Jam.
I imagine
Ah,
Fig Jam
sorry.
was like doing this, like you said, and the
Yeah.
wolf just explodes all over him, and he's just like, "I did it!"
I'm amazing.
It's just an oversized black flaming skull slams into the wolf and makes it explode.
Fig Jam meet Wolf Jam all over you. Yeah. All right. So you look around. You don't hear any more howling. There's just wolf blood and corpses laying all over the place.
Do I have a sense of how much longer my flying is going to last?
With the potion, you'll start slowly descending to the ground as it loses time. But you don't really know. You're still up there for now. I mean, you can fly to the ground if you want, but for now it's still working.
I was gonna say I was gonna fly around a little bit to fly over the area, avoiding the fog, just to see if
Yeah.
there's anything else coming for us.
The fog is really interesting up here because it's making like almost like a solid boundary along the road, and it reaches high up into the sky, but it doesn't create like a dome. So like you're flying high, no worries about it. What you see coming up, and I'm just going to reveal the map more so you know what you're coming across here. Up ahead, after quite a bit more travel, there is a bridge, and along this riverbank here, you see that there are some brightly painted wagons. You see there are some campfires and people out just enjoying the night.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that's as far as your, unless you want to just really take off and be gone for a while. That's as far as you can see.
No, as soon as I see that, I'm gonna fly back to the party and be like, "Hey guys, there's some wagons up ahead, people."
How'd you see them through the fog?
There wasn't fog everywhere. You know, this is what I saw on the road, or close to the road anyway.
So we're all done with the wolves? Oh, hi, Jasper.
When it goes quiet, I climb down the tree.
Mm-hmm.
I pull my sword out and I run back to join the group and say, oh, you got them already. Oh, good job, guys. Good job."
And
Surprised
you're not embellishing that more. I just fought off 4 of them back there. Yeah.
Yeah, I got all turned around in the fog. I was looking for you everywhere, but I hate it when that happens. Next time, save a couple for me.
do we retrieve half our arrows?
Half. Yeah.
Okay.
Half what you shot.
I get 1.
Oh, well, I am not. I mean, How did you survive the fog? It was horrible. It caused me coughing fits and all kinds of yuck in there.
Hey, you got to tie a scarf around your mouth. You'll be all right.
Okay. Oh, I'll try that.
I can't do that. It's hard to breathe. Can I just have my nose uncovered?
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you were in the fog the longest, Jazz. So like, you do have this kind of almost putrid, watery, dew on you. It smells actually quite bad now that you're out of it. You can smell it's not overwhelming, and you can kind of still smell it clinging to you. It's a little oily.
Yeah. But no ill effects apart from that.
Right.
Apart from stinking.
And again, Radnar, you're not going to suddenly plummet out of the sky as the effects start to wear off. You're going to just start slowly descending, so you can kind of time it by that to know when you're going to expire. So after you've gone that far, did a little lookout, do you go back and tell everybody? What do you do?
Yeah, I tell them, hey, there's some folks up ahead.
What are they doing?
Oh God.
They're eating, drinking. They've got campfires.
Sounds like a party. Let's go.
Yeah, it looks like a group of traveling people.
They don't look dangerous. They look like revelers.
I think they look less dangerous than wolves, whoever they are. Well,
yeah, they look okay.
Yeah, they're wearing brightly colored clothing. A few of them were playing instruments and seemed like they were enjoying the night.
I'm gonna
Bunnies,
give.
let's go take them out.
I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give Radnar my honey potion and just be like, "Hey, so you got a little roughed up back there. You feeling good?"
Not really.
Yeah, here. You can drink this. I don't need
Okay.
it.
What does that get me?
D8.
D8.
If this was another edition, we'd roll in the potion miscibility chart to see how those two potions combined.
Mm.
Awesome.
Hint.
All
Can we
right.
get in there?
One. He doesn't
Alright.
think.
Are you guys?
I shouldn't roll for things like points.
That's just regular
I
honey.
shouldn't do it. Yeah.
So you guys are going to continue on? Are you keeping pretty much the same marching order?
Thank you.
I think we should spy on these people from a distance before we go marching in to introduce ourselves.
Yeah, how long can you fly?
Oh, we got to get there first. We got to still get through the rest of the forest.
How long can you fly, or is that over now?
It's still working, but he doesn't know how long it's going to last for.
Can he carry us?
Well, I was gonna say if he wants to like fly over there real quick and just scope it out from above head and then fly back. I don't know.
I think they're drunk.
It just runs out halfway. He just dive bombs.
Yeah, straight to the caravan. Boom.
Radnor,
Yeah.
can you walk like 10 yards or something in that direction down there just for a moment?
Sure.
And basically, I want to see if the fog is following him because he's got the amulet.
Okay. I will walk 10 yards down.
No, the fog just seems to stay where it's been the whole time.
Yeah, well. All right. Well, that's one failed experiment. Never mind.
Can I take a closer look at these wolves now that we've like killed them?
Sure. They're healthy, strong. They don't look. They're not creatures. I mean, they fall within the range of size you would expect to be a good healthy wolf. Certainly on the larger size, but these aren't like dire wolves or anything like that. They're just good healthy sized wolves.
Okay.
Their coats are clean. They look like they're well fed.
Oh, do they look like there's no like marks of ownership or anything, right?
No
Ears aren't
collars, no
notched.
chains. Yeah, nothing on the fur that would make it look like they've
Okay.
ever had like a leash put on them.
These could be some really good pelts. Do we want to try and skin them or bring? I mean, we don't have a cart to bring them. They're big, but the pelts, if we want to take time, that could get us some coin. but it's also dangerous. But also, they heard all the wolves here, so any other wildlife might want to stay away for a bit. So,
Well, there's also a fair amount of blood now on the trail, which I'm sure Galen will tell you is going to attract
Yeah.
other wildlife.
yeah.
It can take
I'd
hours
rather
to
not
skin,
stay here and
skin
skin
the
them.
wolves. Yeah.
But you can stay here and try and skin them. We'll go this way, and you can follow and get us up.
Radnar, are you staying up in the air, but staying with the group otherwise, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, might as well while I'm got the ability.
Okay, good enough. Same marching order, Jazz. As you're continuing along the trail, you guys get to about here on this bend before the bridge, and you notice that right outside of the path in the wood line, just where the fog is, there's an arm laying out. Like, it looks like the rest of the body is inside the wood line. There's just this hand laying out into the trail.
What kind? Man, woman, adult, child?
Human male.
Does it look white, pale, and blue, dead?
Yeah, it looks like the flesh has started to decay a little bit. It's been here for a little while. Oddly, and well, I mean, you don't see the rest of the body though. You just see the arm.
I'll go and investigate, see if it's got any purses or pouches on him.
Okay. Well, if you want to drag him out onto the trail so you can get a better look, it's a male, maybe in his late teens, early 20s, wearing like the clothes of someone that toils a lot in farmland. Nothing special about it. But in the hand that wasn't in the trail, there's looks like there's a bit of paper crumpled up in his fist.
Oh, that's my speciality. I take it there's no rigor mortis. I just pull the paper out.
Okay. It's an envelope that's still sealed. It's got a crest on the wax seal. It's just got a big B stamped on it.
Does that ring a bell
Letter
with
B.
the note from?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the stylized B that was used to spell out Barovia.
Is there nothing on the front, a name on the front of the envelope?
No.
And can I search the body? What does he have on him?
Sure.
Apart from that?
It's again, there's not much there at all. I mean, you find an old tobacco pouch. It's got some fairly rank tobacco weed in it. You find an old cob pipe. No coins, nothing of value really.
Any identification? Does he have a necklace around him or anything?
Nothing
a
of
ring on his
value.
finger?
Yeah. No rings on the finger. No other identifiable things really.
So does he look like a messenger rather than someone who came?
No, he looks like somebody who just tends a farm.
I don't know. We can't really drag his body all the way, or can we?
I mean, I'd help you carry him if you want to carry the body.
You guys see that, I mean, you guys are not far behind Jazz, so you just saw him like haul out a body out of the forest and he's kind of looking it over.
Do you guys want to take this body to the caravan, or shall we just report him once we get there?
I think it might be safer bringing it because, I mean, at least then we
Well,
can
now-
prove, like, hey, we found this body.
It might
Not,
be a weird human thing I'm not aware of, but I'm not aware that bringing dead bodies to people is generally considered a good thing.
yeah.
Oh, we've got this dead body.
I
Well,
mean,
they might have been looking for him, wondering where he
Yeah.
was. and we
yeah.
said,
It has been
Well, you
dead
didn't
for some
suggest skinning
time.
him, so that's a step up.
Yeah, I mean, it has been dead for some time, so there's not going to be any confusion that you just killed this guy. And it's like, hey, is this one of yours?
Oh,
I don't know. Let's take him. I mean, if they don't want him, we can just throw him back in the ditch. There might be a reward, is what I'm thinking.
Of course. Always looking for the angle, Jazz. Always looking for the angle.
There could be a reward. You never know. I'll pocket the letter with the seal,
Okay.
and we'll make some kind of arrangement to transport the body with us. Whether it's just
You can just
myself
carry him.
and, throw him over the shoulder or whatever.
Fig Jam, you're the one that's got the mighty intelligence bonus, right?
I think Radnor is
No, I
point
think we're
above me,
both.
but
No, I think you. I think no, Reynolds got the same.
Well, both of
I thought
you
quite
guys
right.
will notice if you're having to carry this body. This body has been out here for a while, and while the skin seems to be decaying, it's in nowhere near the stage of like putrefaction you think it should be. Like it doesn't even smell bad, which you both find kind of odd.
Reassuring though.
Not that I would know this to look for it, but does it still have its blood? Does it still got blood in it?
It's a fair question to ask. If you cut it, you know, I mean, the blood is, well, it has the, you know, when anything dies like that, the blood that's still in it pools in the low locations. So like, I'm going to say,
Yeah.
his belly is very bloated. It's probably full of what was left in his body. So it wasn't drained of
Okay.
blood. No.
Okay. Not that we
So-
would know anything about anything being drained of blood.
Why
It's
would
just
you
something
ask
we might
that?
notice.
That's
It's
an
something we
odd thing
might
to
notice
ask.
as we're sort of, yeah.
Yeah. But does it
Mm.
look like it was a violent death? Is there anything on there to indicate why he's dead?
No, it was out of the thing. He didn't have a scarf mask on, so
I see. Wasn't a locksmith. So.
Yeah, there's no signs of violence to it other than it looks like some animals might have chewed on him a little bit, but it was after the fact because there's no like blood pooling in the scars or in the teeth marks. There's no blood pooling there.
Any
You
other
saw him-
marks on him? It's like strangled or
No.
no puncture wounds on his neck?
All right, so if you're going to CSI this, I want to know who's taking off the sunglasses and going to make the corny remark. And
Listen,
CSI Ravenloft.
we found the spoils. We might as well change our name to Victor.
oh.
Yeah!
No,
All right.
no obvious signs of death. I mean, it's been gnawed on after he died by wildlife, but that's not what killed him.
So maybe he got caught in the fog and choked. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, he was just off of the path, right? I mean,
Yeah.
how long does it take to choke to death? And how could he not find his way? Wow, yeah.
Maybe he left one
This is
nostril
weird.
outside of the fog. All right, we're not going to know what killed him. Let's carry on. I
I'll
guess.
ask others.
Well,
Carry
Fig
on,
Jam,
Coulson.
I mean, you were feeling really lightheaded, like you were going to pass out within just a few seconds. Could be that that's as
I
far as,
suppose
you know,
so.
he was trying to find his way back to the path, and that's as far as he made it before he fell unconscious. Could be. Hard to
I
tell.
mean, so it's not only is it stopping you from breathing, it is taking away your breathing ability as well, because you could hold your breath for longer than I was up a tree.
Maybe if you're coughing, you can't really
Yeah.
Yeah.
hold your breath.
Yeah, but you don't die if you cough for like 30 seconds.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
this is
Right.
okay.
Unknown.
Nobody
Well,
go in the
didn't
fog,
we-
not even with scarf mask.
I was gonna say, didn't Radnor tell us that the fog was kind of poisonous?
Yeah.
So, I
Necromantic
mean,
even.
I mean, poison in the lungs,
yeah,
even
okay.
a couple of inhales that
That
could
is true.
linger.
I didn't have any
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
the-
maybe locksmiths are immune, you know.
No,
The wolves seem fine going in and out of the fog.
They did, actually.
maybe I'm a werewolf.
No, I know what it is. It's you're immune to this poison because it happens to be the same type of poison that Magpie sprinkles on your breakfast every morning.
Yeah.
You built up an immunity to it.
Yeah. I knew she was good for something.
She's muttering under her breath, why doesn't he just die already?
This is good stuff. This is.
All right,
Nice
so
and
you're,
spicy.
you're carrying a body with you at this point. I'm going to say that you get to, if you continue on, you get to about the bridge. And from the bridge, you can kind of see just the end of the encampment down here.
Can we hear any
There's-
sounds?
You
from those
can.
people?
You hear the sounds of like lute music and some woodwinds and some drums.
So the fog's gone at this point?
Well, the fog doesn't come to the river line either. It's like,
I'm
again, it
basically
just...
assuming that the purple area is fog and the green area is not fog.
No,
Sort of
no,
accusing.
that's, no, not really. So
Okay.
the fog is clinging to the wood line. So like the river itself, you can see fine down the river. And if you'll
Okay.
notice this bank right here where the encampment is, there are no trees along the bank.
Right. Okay.
Can we
Oh.
count how many people from this distance?
You can't see the whole camp from where you are. The opposite bank kind of blocks your vision. Now, Radnar, if you're flying up high, you can get a count if you want.
All right.
Yeah, looks like there's about 15 people there, maybe more because there's covered wagons, so there might be more people in the covered wagons. But there are 15, mixed between men, women, and even some children. The music is kind of sprightly and lively sounding. You know, it's not like a funeral dirge kind of music. Even you see some couples dancing out in the moonlight. They look perfectly normal. And let me check something real quick. Right, yeah. So they see you actually flying around in the sky, and a few of them just kind of wave at you.
What?
Yeah, you're
I'll
silhouetted.
wave back.
The moonlight's really bright, so you're just kind of silhouetted by that in the sky.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
wave
just gonna
back.
wave.
All right. I'll kind of make my way back over and tell them, yeah, there's about 15 of them. They seem friendly.
Let's go party.
Radnar,
With
the
a
other
dead
thing
body.
you can
That's
tell
the-
them is that if you continue on the road is long and looping. So I'm just gonna show you guys some more of the area here. So if you want to get to where the encampment is, you probably want to get off right after the bridge and just follow the coastline.
Yeah, I think if we can, we probably should anyway. I'd advise that because we're not foggers, so that is good.
Yeah,
Wow.
I agree. Not fog good.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. Why don't we go see what these people are all about? I know I could use a little bit of R&R.
Today.
Okay.
We could always. We don't have to announce it's a dead body. We could prop him up. And just
Weekend
say
at
that-
Bernie's it?
Weekend at
Weekend at
Ravenloft.
Bernie's. Hell yeah.
Just say he's had a bit too much to drink.
Gonna maneuver my rope to make puppet strings for him and just get in the trees and make him.
All right.
A weekend at Bernie's and that kind of thing.
So Radnar, as they come along the coast here, you start to about when you get down here, you start to descend. It looks like your potion's starting to run out.
Okay. And I'll fly. As soon as I feel that, I'm gonna get back on the ground and stay there.
Okay. Well, as you guys continue on, there's you see ahead of you a clearing on the bank. The grass beneath your feet is dry, it's brittle, and it rustles. There are several colorful wagons parked along the banks. You can hear several stringed instruments kind of playing in the background. Several brightly clad figures surrounding a large roaring fire. There again, you see tall mugs being passed around. You see a few kegs being tapped, and yeah, they just seem to be having a great time. You guys count about 10 viewable from what Radnar had told you here that were here before, and they see you. They wave at you.
So yes, using one of the hands to wave back.
Do they look like the guy we're carrying with us in terms of clothes or?
No, they don't
appearance?
actually. Their clothes are very brightly colored. While they seem to be simple, they've taken a lot of care with them. You don't see anybody has like threadbare or really badly holed up clothing. Whereas the guy that you found on the trail, his clothing shows the signs from like heavy work, tears here and there, very drab looking. These people are very colorful. Their clothing's very fresh looking.
I don't think these
They
people are looking for him. We could put the body in the ditch.
Just toss it over there.
Yeah.
Not
Are
one of
they-
yours.
are they within earshot?
Yes.
I'm gonna just kind of like wave a bit and just be like, "Hey, crazy miss tonight, huh?"
Several more just kind of wave you over, and you hear it like a cheer or maybe even a greeting as a bunch of them just yell out to you as they continue singing and dancing.
Oh, that's a point. That's a very valid point. All right.
Yeah. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm going to dump the body because I don't think it's going to be any.
Your use is done.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get a reward for him. Just we should. Does it look like anyone's in charge, or is it just a random bunch of people?
Nobody there looks like any more important than anyone else. Like there's not like some throne there with one guy sitting on it or one woman sitting on it. They all look, dressed pretty much the same as far as you can see. But again, there are a number of covered wagons, so you don't know who's inside each one. They all look pretty. No one wagon looks larger than any other from where you're
they didn't have
standing.
Any guards, people looking out for them? Or...
Don't seem to be.
Aren't they aware of the wolves and the dead bodies and the fog?
Why don't you go ask them?
Yeah, I mean, what's this? Are we going to introduce ourselves, brazenly walk up?
I'm half wondering because they did not respond really when we helloed the camp, or when Assie had helloed the camp, that whether they're like forced to be dancing. I don't know.
Can I try and wave one of them over if any of them are still looking at us?
You catch the eye of maybe a woman in her, late 20s or so, long, braided hair with all kinds of colorful cloths tied into it. She does like a little curtsy towards you. She grabs several wooden steins and starts walking over to you.
Ooh.
Hail.
I'll elbow my way to the front.
What's the occasion?
What language are you speaking in?
I'm gonna speak common.
Okay.
I can speak. I think they're Traladarian. Are they Traladarian? No, they wouldn't be, would they?
The features are darker. They look. If you were going to hazard a guess as to the people that you've been exposed to, they look more Darrow-Keen. Their skin's a bit on the darker side. Their hair color tends to be darker than lighter. Eyes the same, tend to be darker more than lighter.
Oh, let's just see what she says.
But you speak in common, so she just starts handing these mugs out to everybody, and she responds to you, Assi, by saying, "Oh, not speak so good. Come to our camp." That said, is kind of a question. Come to our camp?
I tried Traladarian real quick.
She just kind of shakes her head.
I kind of flash a couple gang signs.
Is
just flash.
Is that greeting from your homeland? And she tries to imitate what you did.
Yeah, I did a basic greetings to be fair. So yeah, it is. Does anyone speak what I'm speaking?
Not good, but all can speak the trade tongue. Yes. You come to trade?
Trade?
Trade.
What do you have?
She kind of thinks that you mean that yes, you've come to trade, and she grabs the. Did you take one of the beer steins? It's beer, guys. Yeah, it looks like a darker beer in these wooden
cups. I'm already
cups.
drinking it.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so she grabs the hand of Assi that's not got the beer, and she just kind of tugs you into the camp if you're letting her.
Yeah, I let her. She seems semi-harmless right now.
Okay. She calls out something, and the men and some of the women nearby raise their glasses in a cheer. Several of them start like checking their pouches and pockets. You see some of them going into the wagons and start bringing out things like brightly colored silks, foods, things like that, some pottery. It looks like she told them that you're here to trade.
Well, trade stories.
All right, so yeah, you get in, and that's what's going on. Everybody's scrambling to bring things out to show you what they have. One of the older men, he was dancing with everyone else, still dressed the same, but he's as he stops dancing, you notice he's got a marked limp, and he definitely is older than the rest of the younger men around. Lined face, very weathered. And he looks at you all. He says, "Good. It was fated that you would visit this humble camp. Madam Eva foretold your coming. Come, come, trade, drink. You
Madam
talk to
Eva?
Madam Eva later. She old woman. She needs her sleep.
Oh.
They seem surprised at all about the fact that I'm an elf.
No.
Okay.
Nope, not at all.
Where are we? I asked the gentleman that's greeted us.
You're here.
He's just like, these are the lands. These are the people's lands. He points way further down, like let me in like this direction. He says, Barovia, and then he points up, like
Barovia.
in this direction. And he says, castle, and then he just spreads his hands wide, and says, these are the lands of the people. More people
Okay.
come up, and if you've been drinking from the stein, they just fill your stein up. It's good beer. It's solid. It's not too alcoholic. You can drink a lot of these and be fine.
I will be drinking a lot of this.
Yeah, so people look expectantly for trade. Other than that, you've got the one older guy speaking to you here.
Is there
He
anything
points
we-
to himself and says, I'm Gregor, head man in the camp. Who is your head man?
I point to Jazz.
Yeah, that would be me.
Oh dear.
Oh, you come and do trade. Good, yes.
Oh, no trade.
No trade.
No
Oh,
trade.
oh.
I don't think we have anything to trade, do we? We're going to look
Uh,
silly.
Dead
I mean,
body.
I show gold. I hold up a gold coin.
And he'll
Like,
take one. He'll look at it, and he bites down on it. And says, "Yeah, we take your strange gold."
In return for what
Yeah,
have
he
you
just
got?
kind of waves at everybody that's brought out their belongings to show you. A lot of it is just brightly colored cloths. Could be silks. I mean, they might bring something back home. There are earthenware dishes, foods, dried foods. There's some small knives, small daggers. Look like they are. They're made from a particular type of springy steel. If you pick up one, Jazz, they're interesting. The steel is
Yeah.
very light and very flexible. You think they would be really good for throwing or to maybe even pick a lock.
Well,
Present
that's
for
got
Magpie.
my interest. Are there any bags
Yeah.
or satchels
Oh
or
yes,
anything
they've got
locksmithy?
horse satchels, like bags for horses. They've got just small and large sacks. They've got belt pouches, all kinds of leather goods.
Anything. I'll take anything that looks locksmithy in regards to pouches and knives. I'll do some kind of, or I'll just buy them straight up.
Yeah,
buy 'em.
sure. They just you spend how much gold and you'll get some small sacks, a couple of these small thin knives.
Yeah. I'll. How much are they asking? Do I have to barter? I mean, bargain.
Well, we'll
with
just
them?
hand wave it and say you spend like 5-6 gold, and you get a few
Alright.
sacks, a couple of these springy knives.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're happy to take your gold.
how many of the knives can I get for like 3 gold?
Like 5.
Okay. And they just have the same stats as a regular dagger?
Yeah, they do, but they would also be useful though in if you need something thin and flexible, they'd be useful for that as well.
Okay.
Nice.
Lots of jewelry made with polished stones. A lot of silver. They have a lot of silver goods amongst them.
Anything interesting? Like anything that looks like the seal or anything in the
No,
letter?
not really. Nothing actually looks particularly valuable. I mean, you're looking at it and it's like, yeah, the craftsmanship's okay, but really the value is just going to be in the metal. You're not really seeing a resale value here, and nothing
got
that
any-
stands out like a crest or anything like that.
Have they got any moons or bats or anything? Any
No.
pendants?
No. Most
Any
of their work
crosses?
is like bead craft or just colorful stones set in silver, mostly silver. But nothing carved, nothing with figures on them, nothing like that. The beer is exceptional, tastes good. Anyway,
Well, keep hammering the beers then,
Yeah.
I guess.
does anybody want to do anything particular? I mean, several of both men and women ask you to dance. Some of the children do too. It seems like they're just really out here enjoying things. Interestingly, while they do have a lot of torches placed all about for lots of light, you don't see anyone really standing guard.
Wonder if we can find a replacement for Magpie. Any?
Can I ask them about like the wolves? Like, have you guys had any problems with wolves?
Don't go into the forest. Don't go into the tree line or the fog. They leave you alone. Well lit areas, they leave you alone. Out and about under moonlight without a tribe to protect you, no good. No good.
If we all traveled with torches, would they stay away?
Some, not all, but some.
Okay.
Smell of
Do we ask
fire.
'em?
Don't like smell of fire.
Oh.
Can we ask him about the fog? If we say, why fog bad?
Curse. Our lands are cursed.
By whom?
Again, he points north to where he said the castle was.
And who
The fog?
lives in the castle?
He just makes like some sign, like very similar to like a cleric that would make a sign to ward off evil. It's just, we don't speak of the Lord of the Lands. To speak his name draws his attention.
Can you write his name? It's a
Touche.
stick. Throw
It's
it in
like,
the
oh
mud.
no! Never speak of the master.
Yeah, that's what I have heard recently. Someone go through Curse of Strahd, so I'm somewhat aware of his belief in that.
All right.
We are looking for someone. Do you know
We are.
many people in this area?
We travel, we trade all over. Trade has not been good recently.
Oh, well, I can't remember the person's name we're looking for. Yes,
It's
you
in
have
there.
the letter, right?
I do. I pull
It's
out.
in the letter.
I
Somebody.
pull out the letter and
We don't have a copy of that letter, I don't think.
don't we?
It's all right.
No.
Yeah, it's the
it's
letter
only
is the burgomaster of Barovia has asked you to come.
So, where do we go for this person?
Again, he points down, further down. He's like, well, Barovia is that way.
Do you know the Burgermeister? Does he run you out of town?
Yeah, he nods at that. It's like, they don't like our kind there.
All right.
What is your kind?
So we are the people. We roam. We don't make homes, like, point in that direction like they do. All the land is ours to use. We move. We never stay the same place.
So they're like the natives of
They're
the
hippies.
land? Yeah. Should we ask to see if we can stay here with them until daybreak, or?
Yeah, well, we want to rest up. And apparently there's an old lady that needs to speak with us.
No.
Yeah, Madame Eva, she talked to you in the morning. She told us you would come tonight. He points around, as like basically just lay wherever you want.
How about inside one of the wagons? Might be a bit safer. Can we pass some gold to him or whatever's suitable?
Yeah, if
Would
you
they
want
let
to
us
pass
stay?
some, they don't seem to care for anything less than gold. Like silver and copper seem to have lesser value. But he'll take your gold and he'll let you use his wagon if you want to sleep indoors. He'll point to
Yeah,
which one is his.
Just seems a bit safer to me. Plus, there's fog everywhere and wolves. I don't know. I'll go inside a wagon. I don't mind paying.
It's fairly large. There are hammocks strung inside, so there's like 6 hammocks, 3 on each side. Not a lot of room in between, but if you all wanted to stay inside, you could. Up to you. Otherwise, it looks like they revel through the night. There's dancing and music, and the beer is just flowing out of these 3 just
I'm still
enormous
too hurt.
kegs.
I'm gonna find a spot to rest because I've still only got 5 hit points.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
if you want to enjoy the festivities and sit and drink your beer, I mean, you can take 10 and just roll a hit die, or you can just go to sleep and wake up with all your hit points. Up to you.
Okay, well I'm definitely gonna take some time to drink some beer.
Okay.
I'm gonna be resting. I'll be sleeping overnight, but I'll be resting by the river, trying to commune with my god.
Okay. Make me a charisma check.
Oh, oh dear. Should I want to make this or not? Oh, I got 50-50 shot.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like a really bad long distance phone call. It's like you're able to feel and reach the grace of your god or goddess, but she's it's like such an incredible distance. But you do make contact, and you feel like you could petition your spells and be able to have them granted.
Like a cell phone call in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pray to Ilsundale and
Mhm.
Mieladin. They're the elven sort of
Mhm.
worship figures. They're not gods per se, but they're just sort of like they're powerful ones.
So system wise, you can regain your spells as normal. Nothing past 3rd level though.
Like I'm anywhere near
Right.
that.
And
I
you
have to
also
be like 6th level, 7th level to get anywhere near a 3rd level spell.
and you feel a little bit of your goddess's powers diminished here, so some things may not work as well as they should.
Hey, what do you guys reckon? A hold person or a silence 15-foot radius, which would be more useful?
Wait, would you say a silent what?
Silence 15-foot radius.
Oh, like no one can hear what's in there, or
Well, we are silenced from outside, or a
um,
hold person.
I think a hold person would be nicer.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, I can swap them out, but yeah, just come on. 2 cure lights, a blessing, a hold person. That'll be my set.
All right, so yeah, we know what you're doing. We know what Radnar's doing. What are the rest of you guys doing for the night? Jazz, you just going to go indoors and sleep?
Well, I might have a quick. If there's no one else, is there anyone else in the wagon?
No, it looks like it was just his wagon. It doesn't look like he had a wife or children. Now he does take away his chest before his chest of goods before he allows you to go inside. But
Doesn't trust me. All right. I guess I just catch some sleep then. In that case.
All right, Dion, what is a C doing then for this time?
I'm at full and I don't have spells, so
Yeah, if you want to stay up and party, it looks like all the
yeah,
youngsters are doing just that.
yeah, I finally kind of calmed down a bit. I was on edge and like on guard. That's why I wasn't drinking at first, but now I've kind of warmed up to the situation. I'm gonna start. Asi's younger. He's like probably as young as you can be before you can join. So he's gonna just start like playing around with the other kids and just like enjoy a semblance of a childhood for a moment and
Sure.
just
Okay, yeah, sounds
he's
good.
gonna maybe drink like 1 or 2 steins, but like he's younger, so he's not gonna go crazy. It's not his cup of tea.
All right, Fig Jam.
Well, I would like to first of all, I would like to use detect magic and have a look and just see if it's magical torches they're using, which to keep things away or whatever.
Sure.
Look around.
Okay, so no, the torches are normal, so you refocus for 10 minutes and look at the ebb of magic in the area. Some of the wagons, because detect magic is only blocked by a certain number of inches of material or lead. So some of the wagons, you can tell they have magic items inside, but nothing just out here in casual view is magical. Looks like just well lit.
Okay. Yeah, I will stay. I will go and investigate what food they're eating before turning in for the evening because I want to know if they're like got cows or whatever. Do they?
No cow, but there's chicken and lamb. So apparently they keep chickens and whatever lamb comes from.
Right.
Bert's brain
Sheep.
not working. Sheep.
Or lambs.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'll carve myself out a little space somewhere outside and just sleep because
Sure. You sleep under the
you like
stars.
people.
You're used to it. Okay. So Dion, your character is partying down with the youngsters. As it gets later into the evening and things start to wind down, many of them pair off, double off, quadruple off, and go have fun in the bushes. Your character is welcome to do so with many
Uh,
and multiple partners. there's
no,
there
but
is no lack and there is
I'm
no
gonna
shame apparently.
I'm gonna try and find like some of the ne'er-do-wells of the kids, like the ones that are kind of seem to be like more rebellious or like
Oh yeah, that's
more
the thing.
keen to.
Nobody here looks any richer or poorer than anyone else. Even the person
Mm,
that told you he was their headsman isn't
mm.
wearing anything better or even less quality than anyone else. It
Did any
looks
of
like
the
they
oh.
share everything for the
Mm.
most part.
Did any of the kids seem more mischievous than the others? You know, like
Honestly, the whole camp seems a little mischievous.
yeah. I
Yeah.
want to see if I can get some info out of the kids.
Okay.
Like if they'll tell me stuff that the adults won't, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like who's in the castle? Like what's going on? Like what's
Well,
like come on, give me the
um,
dirty details. I'm new here. I
yeah.
need
Make me a
the
charisma check.
gossip.
Make me a charisma check.
Oh. Oh, I forgot that's high here. All right. Boop. Ayo.
Success. All right. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of partying with them all night, and you seem to be, their kind of person. So, they let out a little bit, but it's been well trained into them. You never mention the master's name. At the most, he's referred to as either the master or the devil. And it seems
Okay.
like you get. All right, so rumor time. Here's a few things you get out of the Vistani, and that's what they call themselves as a people. They tell you that the lands are ruled by the devil. It wasn't always so. When he came, the mists came. The Vistani haven't been able to leave. The mists are poisonous if you stay in them too long, and they seem to be endless. If you walk and walk, eventually you'll die from not being able to breathe, and you don't seem to get anywhere. They are able to
Hmm.
travel better during the day. The mists let up a bit in daylight. There are still areas that you can't pass through, but their traditional lands are still open to them. There are a few cities in here. Barovia is the largest, but they are generally not wanted in cities. They're seen to be like thieves. They have a reputation for stealing or taking. They don't understand it
Hmm.
because everything that one Vistani owns, everyone owns. So they don't understand why everyone is so. Uh,
Oh, so they're like a human version of a Kender. Okay, yeah. Throughout the night, I'm teaching just the kids like a couple thieves' can't things so I can like communicate with them a little bit. Because these are definitely people that deserve to know some of the simple signs. So like
wow. Okay.
I'm gonna teach them just so like between
Giving
us so they
away
know.
locksmith guild secrets. I see. I see how it is.
Just between us, you know.
All right.
Try and teach them a secret language. Be like, this is how you can communicate with me. Like, but it's a secret. Like,
Well,
this is.
well, Dion, I tell you what. Since you're making the effort to do this, if your character dies here, you can take a Vistani character that might follow.
Hey.
All right.
It's
So
not so
you.
bad that you're teaching them thieves' cant, it's that you're doing it for free.
Well, they gave me information.
Yeah.
You know. When I do reconvene with the group, though, I will say like this guy also goes by like the devil, and like the mist is like it's not going anywhere, and I just explain everything to them.
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it's fine.
All right.
This is fine.
Come morning. Those of you that slept, you're back to full hit points. You can regain your spells as normal after whatever you do in the mornings to regain spells. Dion, hopefully you weren't injured because you didn't sleep, so you got just like a little bit of sleep before dawn.
Yeah, I'm at full. I'm good.
All
I
right.
kept dodging all those attacks.
Yep. Sounds good. Then after you're fed a breakfast of sausage and goat's milk and bread, they tell you that Madame Ava will see you. And they point to her wagon, which, again, in the light of day is more colorful than the last, not any larger. The colors are brighter and there seem to be more of them. And she comes to take her breakfast with everyone else. meets all of you and just basically nods at each of you and tells you, "Oh, I knew you were coming." She actually speaks in, let's see, she'll speak in Trolladarin, which is the
Yay. I'll
she knows
speak
Trolladarin. She'll start with Radnar. And she has a big smile on her face when she greets you. She pumps your hand like in a good hearty shake. And she says, "I'm glad to see you have your body back.
Oh, me too. Me too. That was
Life is no good floating around as a flaming skull."
yeah. I was just always hungry. I mean, not that it's that much different from now, but
She gives you a big hug, like she like knows you personally. It's a little odd, but she's very grandmotherly and gives you a little peck on the cheek. And she goes over to Fig Jam next, and just takes both of your hands and just takes a good look at you. And she has a big smile on her face and says, "Oh, life is more complicated out of the forests. I know, but there are many wonderful things you will do in life yet. You will eventually go back to your home, your quiet home."
I hate meeting people who've watched me on Twitch.
She gives you a kiss on the cheek.
Thanks.
Jazz, go ahead.
Sorry, magic site as well. While we're all doing this, just to see if she is in any way magical.
She is. She is a low-level practitioner. Your intelligence is good enough for this. It's clerical. I mean, she's attached to some god or goddess, but very minor. More importantly, some of her rings and some of her amulets that are on display are magical.
Okay.
Jazz, she looks at you and she's about to shake your hand, but then she takes her jewelry off the hand. She shakes your hand and she does "You're so naughty."
Oh, me? Salt of the earth.
Oh, fear not, your protege. She will await your return. She doesn't hate you as much as you think.
No one can hate me. Lovable.
Oh, many people hate you, but that's okay.
The rest of the party, for example.
Galen, you're approached next, and she does a formal bow in the Elven style, and she says,
Formal bow back in the Elven style.
"Your goddess is very far from here, but her light still shines, but dimly. I am sorry for that. The devil is a hard master. He does not allow others to be exalted above him."
We'll see about that.
And see your last. She just gives you a hearty handshake. Your character hasn't done a lot yet, so let's see. Yeah, I'm going to pass on it for now because your character is fairly new to the group. But she says something in your background from your youth that was exciting to your character, and just basically says,
"Oh, that thing you did, yes, that time one."
That you remember that one
thing.
time? Starts with an M.
There was that guy, the guy with the face, and he had that name.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Wow, how'd you know about that?
But anyway, she has an unusual knowledge of each of your characters' backgrounds, if just slightly. But after you're all done, she begs all of you to come back to her wagon, where inside is a round table covered with this brightly colored purple silk. And there is a card spread out in front of her. And Jazz, since everyone kind of pushed you forward as the headsman, kind of motions you to take a seat.
Gladly.
All right. Now let me pull up my notes here. I did this beforehand. 1 second here. So this part in the module is where we find out what Strahd wants and actually the flow of the plot. It's you draw cards. Okay. So she shuffles these odd pasteboard cards in front of you. She has you cut the deck and she has you pull out each card. The first card she pulls out, give me just a second here. I gotta find the right page. So when the first card is drawn, she says, this card is a symbol of great power. It tells of a powerful force for good and protection against the forces of darkness. Displayed on the card is a crypt, outside view of a crypt. The next card she pulls, she says, this card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient may help you understand a foe. This one shows the inside of a tomb. And the tomb looks like it's in, you can see on the card out of a window, it looks like the tomb is above ground, high above ground, like in a tower perhaps. The next card that's drawn, this is the object of your search. I see a darkness and evil behind this card. It is a powerful man whose enemy is light and whose powers are beyond mortality. This card looks like a brightly lit library or study. Fireplace glows in the background. There are a lot of books on the shelves. The next card she pulls, she looks delighted at. This card is good for you. It's a card of power and strength. The Victor's card. It tells of a weapon of light, a weapon with a vengeance. This looks like the inside of a church, like a chapel. The holy signs that are on the walls are not one you recognize, any of you. But it definitely has, like, you can see a congregation, you can see a high priest of some sort in the background. And the last card she draws. And here is the root card. Out of darkness and the chaos, this card finds the reason and foundation for darkness. For the darkness, this card shows the purpose of all things. It's the key to life and death and all else beyond. This card is of a dark, I would almost say brooding castle. You see, like, the sun is in the sky, but the castle is cast in shadow and darkness. These are the omens that I see before you. The way for you will be hard, but if you want to return to your lands, you must trod this path, I'm afraid. There will be those here that will help. There will be many that will seek your ending. She ponders for a minute. She puts away the cards. If you want to ask her anything, go ahead.
I've got that original note from the guy.
And you got another note that you just pocketed.
Yeah, but that's still sealed. I'll start with the original note from the inn. I show her that and say, "Can you shed any light on these people or events in the letter?"
The town of Barovia, which is the oldest town here, the largest. They've come under attack lately. Wolves, creatures of the night. I don't know much about them. We're shunned by the cities and villages here. I can answer nothing about this. Go to Barovia. Again, she points in the direction to find answers to these questions.
I can show her the other one. I don't want to open it, but do you recognize this seal? Who this letter could be for?
Yeah, she just nods and says, likely your other letter had one of these. That is the seal of Barovia, the burgomaster.
What's he like, this burgomaster?
He does not allow us into his town. I've never met him personally.
And what are the stories of him? What kind of reputation does he have?
Fair, except to the people. He is not fair to us. He has been in his position a long while. Perhaps the other message will tell you more. She just kind of shrugs.
Perhaps that guy we found was someone else that they had sent out before they sent the guy that got through to us. But he didn't make it that far.
Shall we? I don't know if we should deliver this letter or open it ourselves. What do you guys reckon?
Surprised you haven't opened it already.
I know. I'm just thinking.
You have the original letter, right?
Got
So
two.
does that have a waxy seal on it?
If you look it
Apparently.
over, it doesn't, but it does have like the remnants of wax, like it did once have a seal.
Right. That is, yeah. So maybe it is.
All right, let's crack it open. See what it
Can't
says.
you?
Okay.
Don't you have secret methods of opening things? Being a locksmith, don't you know how to open letters without breaking seals?
Well, yeah, I could do something.
That's advanced locksmithing.
Now I've got these super flexible daggers, paper thin. I could...
Honestly, you could. I mean, the wax seal, you do no tricks to actually seal it back without it making it look like it was broken. So if you wanted to do that, you can.
I'd rather do that because I might come into play later on.
Sure. I'm going to read it to
Just in
you.
case.
I'll clip it and put it up on the Roll20 so you can read it later. But so this message reads, "Hail thee of might and valor," starts exactly how the other one started. "I, the burgomaster of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina, has been these past nights bitten by a creature calling its race vampire. For over 400 years he has drained this land of the lifeblood of its people. Now, my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. Yet I fear, too, that the creature has some more cunning plan in mind. He has become too powerful to be fought any longer. So I say to you, give us up for dead, and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power, that the evil one may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our graves, and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we are all departed for a better life. Colin Indirovic, the burgomaster." Now, this is interesting. If you compare the two letters, they are similar, but the one is a much more welcoming letter, let's say, to draw you in, and it is written in a different hand, although it's supposedly signed by the same person. They don't match.
Ooh.
I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, it's all right.
It's like the one that you received is a edited version to make it seem like they want you here, whereas this one that you just found is a warning to stay away.
All right.
Well, we'll just have to ask for handwriting samples when we meet up with the burgomaster to see which one is right.
Go to your local CSI Barovia Bureau and get that straightened out right now.
Well, I mean, you said they're not identical.
They are
So-
not. Yeah.
So just a sample of handwriting from the regular person, and an ordinary person could put it together themselves. No speciality needed.
So the guy in the inn was passing us off the edited letter.
Maybe. Could be a first and second draft.
Scumbag.
Hmm.
So do we heed the warning and stay away, or do we go
I
in?
mean,
It's a
We've
bit
gotta
late
go
for that
to-
now.
we've got to go
Never-
to find our burgomaster.
Yeah, I
Meister.
mean, do we really have a choice?
We got to go find them because they're the only person who knows how we get back. That we know of.
They might
Which
have
letter
purpose
we-
ones.
By way of introduction, which letter are we going to give?
Can we see your handwriting before we show you which letter we received?
Sign here for the letter.
I reckon this one.
Nice.
I mean,
Alright.
it doesn't matter. We show him both letters anyway, and just say, "Hey, we think we're here because you requested it. Maybe you didn't."
Are you
You'll
telling
clear
us
him
to
up.
stay away, or do you want to see?
I mean, the worst thing that happens is he says, "Oh, I didn't want you here," and we go, "Great, send us home again." And that's the
Yeah.
end of that adventure.
He'll be like, "You fools, you're doomed."
Yeah, you could say that.
All right. Well, do you have any questions for her or anything that you want to ask of the rest of the Vistani out here before you do
So
what you're
just to
gonna do?
be clear, this Burgermeister he resides in the castle.
No. The
Ah.
castle and Barovia are in two different directions.
So can you tell us anything about the castle? You know, I know you don't speak the name, but
No, she's she won't speak of the castle, just that it's evil. I mean, it's easy enough. I mean, to get there, you just go the opposite direction that the sign pointed. Originally at the fork in the road, the other trail takes you to the castle.
So we have to find a crypt, then find a grave
Are these
site.
pictures on the cards? Are they of actual places? Do you know where they are?
Oh yes, these cards are very old. They were passed down. I am the third generation to have had them. Yes, they were drawn from real places. I don't know the places myself. I've never seen them.
Can you take a copy of them?
I was going to say, is anybody good at drawing?
Yeah,
Good
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, sure. She'll let you make copies of the cards onto some parchment if you want to do that.
yeah.
I want to have a look through the deck as well.
Yeah,
And
go
see
ahead.
if there's a
Yeah.
hero card and see if it represents Magpie.
Stunningly, it looks just like Magpie.
Yeah. No. Is there anybody in there or anything that we might recognize if we look
Actually-
at the rest of the deck?
for example.
Yeah.
If you look through the deck, I mean, you get the idea after a while, looking at the backgrounds mostly. These were all drawn from the same place, and it looks like it was a castle. The same castle.
Okay.
I knew it. That castle's bad news. Is that now that it's morning and everything? What's happened with the fog? Is that all dissipated and gone away?
It still clings to the base of the trees. It's still around, but it's not like an imposing wall like it was last night.
Are we going to head off then towards what's it called, Bavaria? Where are we
Yeah,
going?
do we really have a choice?
Barovia.
Not really. It's either that or the castle of death. So.
The one thing we may want, which is possibly a bit of an ask, horses. Are there horses here? Can we get horses other than walk all ourselves?
Yeah, they'll barter or trade with you for horses if you want horses.
Yeah.
They
I'm
raise
thinking might be-
horses actually, so they have a number they could sell you. Or
All right. Let's get horses then.
yeah, so this is why I asked what you had on you. How much actual cash do you guys have between you?
Let's see.
I have a lot because I was just saying we're carrying a fair bit of gold on me.
I have.
There's gems and stuff as well, though.
You have 20 gold a horse worth.
Yeah.
They'll trade, but gold price 20 of your gold coins is what they consider
Yeah.
to be fair.
I don't try to haggle because I don't try to haggle.
Yeah, I'll take a horse for 20 gold.
Yeah, yeah. I'll take it out of. Oh, we can take it out of the group funds or something. But that's what.
All right.
So you're gonna buy 6 horses?
Are there 6 of us?
Well, remember your dwarf is still around. He's just been quiet. the
Oh
whole
yes.
time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What does she say to the dwarf?
Just everybody takes it in stride. The fact that you're an elf and you have a dwarf in the party doesn't seem to surprise.
No.
anybody.
When she was saying hello, remember that time when we did that thing? What did she say to the dwarf?
Yeah, probably just again something from one of your earlier encounters. I mean, something that you were all privy to, enough for you to know that she did know something about him.
You did very good 1v1ing that ogre.
Yeah. Remember that time when Jazz stole something out of your pouch? He's like, "What?"
Uh,
Nice.
Given that you can see into our past and have seen everything, where did I leave the remote control?
He just pulls it out of a pocket and hands it to you.
Ah,
Nice. All right, guys. Well, we're at time, so we'll end it there. You guys have met Vistani. You're just a few hours trip away from the city of Barovia to get some more questions answered.
Horses.
Yep.
Keep losing horses and keep buying them as we're going.
I know.
So let's just sign off then. Jameis, you have anything you want to plug?
Nah.
No, nothing going there. And how about you, Jazz? Anything?
No, it's been a very quiet week. I got nothing tonight.
Bill, you got any more games you're running?
Well, Frog God Game Day is coming up first part of April. I'm not sure exactly when sign-ups start for that. I'm running 3 games for that. I'm running levels 9B and 9C of Rapanathuk, Swords and Wizardry. And I'm running a game for Midnight Madness, which starts at midnight, follows the plot of the movie The Hangover. So we'll see there.
All right, sounds good. Dion, you got anything?
I'm Substances Used on Twitch, also known as Dion. You can find me on Steam Steel Murder on Tuesday nights, and tonight, Friday nights, you can catch me on Defenders of Kobold on Wednesdays doing some spectaculars. You can catch me Thursdays on Friendon's channel doing some Monster of the Week. We just had our first episode last night, and that was pretty amazing.
Nice.
And Saturdays, pretty soon, I'm going to be involved in a pulp sci-fi Flash Gordon themed tabletop called Spaceship Zero that is like an old school radio show styled tabletop where like you can go into like radio only mode in a sense where you can't really narrate what you're doing, but you can like speak how you do it at certain points, like just like responding vocally with your lines as if you're on a radio show. So that's going to be really interesting. Keep tuned on Fulsham_Arts channel on Saturday nights. He's been doing a lot of art for it and I'm really proud of him, so check him out.
Cool. Richard.
you really need to go last next time, Dion, because you have so many things.
I'm sorry. I'm a whore for tabletop.
Well, you can find me here on Twitch. I will under LMTDTMFFR, or say with me now, limited time offer, no vowels, where I will be playing video games. I definitely will be doing it.
It's a thing. He does the thing. Hey, I'm Bert. Catch me here at Steam Still Murder on Twitch and our podcast at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. And thanks for watching, guys. Much appreciated. Catch us this Sunday. I think some Gamma World Classic is going to go on. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night, everybody.